What's up everyone, Jay here with Tap and Turn Gaming, coming at you today with another Battling with a Budget installment. So today's video is for another viewer requested build. One of our viewers, Sterling Knight, requested that we do a budget build for Skithiryx the Blight Dragon. So Sterling, this is the video for you. I really hope you enjoy it, and for everybody else watching, I hope you enjoy it as well. So, obviously, with this being a Battling with a Budget video, we want to get the price of this deck under $50. Right now, the price of this deck, according to TCG Player Mid, is $49.97. That price does not include the cost of the general, because that's one of the stipulations that we have for these videos. If you want to play Skithiryx the Blight Dragon in a commander deck, you need a Skithiryx the Blight Dragon. There's just no two ways around it. So we don't attribute the price of the general into the overall price of the deck. But anyways, let's get in on to it. Our general, obviously, is Skithiryx the Blight Dragon. He's a 5-cost 4/4 legendary dragon skeleton with flying. Also, he has Infect, which is a pretty big part of him and the theme of this deck. We'll get into that in a second. But he can also give himself haste for 1 black, and he can regenerate by paying 2 black. Now, the Infect, he's going to deal damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. So the theme of this deck is pretty much Voltron style. Get him out as fast as possible, turn him sideways, and just poison your opponent out as fast as humanly possible. So you'll see a lot of stuff in here, like kill spells, creatures that kill creatures, pump spells, things of that nature to make him bigger and clear a path for him so he can go in. So let's start taking a look at the rest of the deck. First up, we will take a look at the land base first. We run a Barren Moor for some cycling, Bojuka Bog for some graveyard hate, Crypt of Agadeem has the potential to get you lots of black mana equal to the number of black creature cards in your graveyard, Polluted Mire for some more cycling, Rogue's Passage to give a guy unblockable, Spawning Pool taps for black and you can animate it into a Drudge Skeletons basically, so that's not bad. Then we run 31 Swamps and a Vault of Whispers. The Vault of Whispers is basically just there from a flavor standpoint, because if you take a look at the art on Skithiryx, you can actually see the Vault of Whispers in the background on the card, like towards the left-hand side of the card. So I thought that was pretty cool to include the Vault of Whispers in the deck. Next we'll take a look at our instants, basically pump spells and kill spells here. We have Devour and Shadow for creature removal, Echoing Decay for more creature removal that's really phenomenal on creature tokens. Funeral Charm has lots of cool modes, but it's basically there for the pump. Howl from Beyond, a black pump spell. Murder, destroys any creature, so pretty nice creature removal there. Nameless Inversion can either be used as pump or kill. You can target Skithiryx with this for the +3, or potentially kill a creature with the -3. Tainted Strike, +1/+0, and the creature gains Infect for 1 black, so we probably won't target Skithiryx with this, but probably one of our other creatures that we might be swinging in with as well to maybe catch our opponent off guard. Vampire's Bite for the +3/+0, and if you pay its kicker cost, the creature gains lifelink as well. And Virulent Swipe for the +2/+0, and Death Touch with Rebound, so that's very nice. Next we'll take a look at our artifacts. We have Argentum Armor. The +6/+6 is nice, but the trigger where you can destroy a permanent when the equipped creature attacks is even nicer. Because, black can kill creatures for days. It can't kill much else for days, so Argentum Armor gives us access to other forms of destruction, not just on creatures. Contagion Clasp, basically there for the Proliferate to tick up our poison counters on our opponents. Darksteel Ingot, Mana Rock. Inquisitor's Flail doubles all the combat damage that the equipped creature would deal and receive. We're not really worried about the double damage being received, because Skithiryx can regenerate himself. Lash Wraith Very, very powerful equipment to put on Skithiryx. We'll give him +1/+1 for each swamp we control, and the equip cost is pretty versatile at 2 Phyrexian black, so we can pay a black or 2 life for that. Live Wire Lash is really nice. It'll give Skithiryx +2/+0, and whenever whenever he becomes the target of a spell, he'll deal 2 damage to target creature or player. So a very nice interaction is to put that on him. So he's a 4/4. You put Live Wire Lash on him, now he's a 6/4. If you, let's say, target him with Virulent Swipe, he's going to get +2/+0 and gain Death Touch, and now he's an 8/4. Because you targeted him with that, he's going to deal 2 damage. So shoot that 2 damage to your opponent. They get 2 poison counters, swinging for 8. Your opponent just died. They're at 10 poison counters now, so your opponent's dead, and there's no 2 ways around it. So Live Wire Lash is really nice. Mind Stone, another mana rock that you can sack to draw a card. Nightmare Lash is basically the same thing as Lash Writhe, except it's just a hard equip cost of paying 3 life. Well, not necessarily hard to do, just, you have to pay 3 life. It's not a versatile one like Lash Writhe. Nim Deathmantle, basically there for the creature recursion, but the +2/+2 and Intimidate is not bad either. Naginata can only be attached to a creature with 3 or more power. Luckily, Skithiryx has 4 power, and it gives the equipped creature +3/+0 and Trample. Sisay's Ring, another mana rock. Soul Ring, another mana rock. Swiftfoot Boots to give the equipped creature Hexproof and Haste. Skithiryx has the ability to give himself Haste built in, but the Hexproof is basically what it's there for. Thornbite Staff to make the equipped creature a pinger, basically. Pretty nice on Skithiryx, so you can start pinging your opponents for poison damage. Throne of Geth. You can tap it and sacrifice an artifact to proliferate. So, you can toss away some of your mana rocks that you might not need anymore to tick up your opponent's poison counters and maybe finish them off. Golem's Eye, another mana rock, and Whisper Silk Cloak gives the equipped creature Unblockable and Shroud. Next up are the enchantments that we run. We run Attrition for some more creature removal, Dictate of Erebos, Grave Pact with Flash, basically, Glistening Oil to give the enchanted creature Infect, and when this enchantment goes to the graveyard, it actually goes back to our hand instead. It does make the creature that this is enchanted to weaker every turn, but it's not bad to have if we put it on one of our other creatures that we might be attacking in with to get some more poison damage out there. Malevolent Awakening for some more creature recursion. Midnight Covenant basically gives the enchanted creature black fire breathing, essentially. So very nice on Skithiryx. Oblivion Crown, you can flash this in to be tricky maybe during combat and put it on a creature, and then you can discard cards to give that creature +1/+1 until end of turn. So pretty cool on Skithiryx. Phyrexian Reclamation for some more recursion on our creatures, and Shade's Form is basically the same thing as Midnight Covenant, except when the enchanted creature dies, it comes right back to the battlefield. Next we have our one Planeswalker that we run, Liliana of the Dark Realms. She was just a shoe-in. She's probably the most expensive card in the deck at about $6, but I just had to cut her in. She had to go in. I mean, she's just so good in this deck. She ramps your mana, she has the ability to pump Skithiryx, or give an opposing creature -X/-X, so you can use that middle ability to make Skithiryx huge or kill an opposing creature. And that last ability where you get the emblem where your swamps tap for 4 black ain't no joke either. That's really nice to have. Next are the creatures that we run. More or less in this package of cards, we have mostly stuff that will kill opposing creatures. So, we can clear a path for Skithiryx for him to go in. But we do have some other cool little utility things that maybe draw us cards or, things of that nature. Maybe double our mana, stuff like that. So let's take a look. We run Big Game Hunter, more creature removal. Bloodgift Demon draws us an extra card on our upkeep. Bone Shredder, more creature removal. Butcher of Malakir, Grave Pact on a 5/4 flying body, basically, so he's nice. Core Prowler, a 2/2 with Infect, so we can maybe get some more Infect damage out there. And when he dies, we can Proliferate, so tick up those poison counters some more. Corrosive Mentor gives all our black creatures Wither, so they deal damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, so that's pretty nice. Cryptghast, basically there to double our black mana. Dark Imposter, he can exile guys and get bigger, and he gets all the activated abilities of guys that he exiles. Drana, basically there for more creature removal. Fleshbag Marauder, everybody sacks a guy when he comes in, pretty popular black card for EDH. Grim Haruspex draws us cards whenever another one of our non-token creatures dies. Ichor Rats gives every player a poison counter when it comes in, so you can either use that to start off your poison counter game or maybe finish an opponent off. Kiku, Knight's Flower, more creature removal. Merciless Executioner, a clone of Fleshbag Marauder, basically. Midnight Banshee, he's pretty solid. He puts -1/-1 counters on every non-black creature on your upkeep, so never going to affect any of your guys, just your opponent's stuff, unless they're also playing black. Necrotal kills a creature when he comes in, a non-black, non-artifact, non-black creature. Night Howler, he is more or less there for the bestow, so we can put it on Skithiryx and make him big for every creature card in every graveyard, so that's pretty nice. Ogre Slumlord gets us 1/1 black rats with Death Touch whenever another non-token creature dies. Overseer of the Damned kills a guy when he comes in, and whenever one of your opponent's guys dies, you get a 2/2 black zombie, so that's pretty nice. Royal Assassin, more creature removal. Sidisi, Undead Vizier, lets us tutor up a card when he exploits a guy. And Stronghold Assassin, a sacrifice outlet that lets you kill creatures. And then lastly, we'll take a look at the 4 sorceries that we run. We run 2 Tutors and 2 Wraths. So we run Dark Petition and Diabolic Tutor. You know, they do what they do. They tutor up you cards and let you put them in your hand. And then we have Ingarrick's Wake, to kill all creatures we don't control and all planeswalkers we don't control, and Life's Finale as our second Wrath. So that about wraps up the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Sterling, I hope you enjoyed it especially, and I hope that this was kind of more or less what you're looking for in a deck built around Skithiryx. Just a couple of other things to talk about before I sign off. Not much to talk about here. The color balance, because it's mono black, so moving on. The types of cards, you know, with any EDH deck, a third of your deck is going to be lands, you know, about a third of your deck. So obviously we run 38 lands, so that's, you know, the biggest portion of our deck, but that's with any EDH deck. Then the rest of it is composed of mostly creatures and artifacts, with a small portion of it being composed of the other types of cards, instant sorceries and enchantments. Our mana curve sits pretty high at 2 and 3. And then it curves downward from there. So, you know, it makes sense for this deck. We want to get Skithiryx out as fast as possible and cast a bunch of cheap stuff on him to make him bigger and hit for more damage and just kill our opponent as quickly as possible. As far as our average converted mana cost, it's 3.21. So, you know, pretty low for an EDH deck, I would say. But, you know, like I said, you know, we have a lot of cheap stuff in here to, you know, pump Skithiryx up to make him hit for more damage. We have some pretty low mana curve creatures that do cool stuff, so, you know, the mana curve sitting at 3.21 is not a bad thing by any means. Alright, so that about wraps up the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, throw it a like, comment, and crush that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to Tap and Turn Gaming. We really do appreciate it. If any of you maybe have any suggestions as to certain budget cards that, you know, maybe I kind of overlooked or missed that you would think would go good in this deck, you know, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know. Especially you, Sterling. I want to know what you think of this deck, seeing as you're the one who requested it. But yeah, that about wraps up things here, guys. So again, hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot for watching.